Today we're going over the best infielders in MLB The Show 25. We just did the outfielder tier list, so now it feels appropriate to rank the infielders in this game. That acquires the third base position, the shortstop position, the second base position, the first base position, and of course your catcher. So we have about 50 or so cards to go through today. S through D tier. We're gonna go through every single card that you guys are currently using in MLB The Show and ranking them in a tier list. Starting with S tier, just one guy. And you're surprised that it's just one guy, but I have reasons behind everything. You have to trust me. I promise I know what I'm talking about to some extent. Ted Simmons is in S tier. This card you see on every single God squad. He should be on every single God squad. He has all of the attributes. He's the fielding attributes and the hitting attributes. This card is a switch hitting god. He's a ton of pop. He is fantastic. You can use him at first base, you can use him at third base, or you can use him at catcher. He's the ultimate infielder tool. I have him at first base right now, and he plays phenomenal. You can use him anywhere in the field. This card you just have to have in your lineups. Then we're going to A tier, and you're probably like, okay, but what's the difference between like him and a Cattell? Switch hitter, same thing with like Ellie, a Jose. The difference is they have the dread lag. The dread lag in this game, if you don't know what it is where when you use players, especially like Cattell is probably the, I would say, worst case. Jose's probably second worst case, is you get dread lag. And what it is you lose a frame or two because of their dreads. It sounds stupid and it sounds like I'm making it up half the time, but I promise you I'm not. You lose frames when you use these cards. And that's why guys like Kyle and these other bigger creators are not using them as much because of the dread lag, especially at the higher difficulties when you're playing on legend, when you're playing on those, like, it is really hard to hit when you have the dread lag and you lose that millisecond of time, because that millisecond is a perfect compared to a good, which is an out. So that's the difference. Then we also have Trey Turner on this list. I still think he absolutely crushes lefties, and he does pretty good against righties. He's a top 3 swing in the game. He has 99 speed, great fielder. He is a very, very good card to have. Nick Kurtz just come out, another very good first baseman. I prefer Ted Simmons to him in almost every way, but he crushes righties, absolutely crushes righties. So if you're going against a righty, Nick Kurtz is the card to use. Lefty, he's not too bad, but again, 125 clutch across the board. His just hitting stats are just a little bit underwhelming compared to where I thought they would be for this type of card. Thought his contact, left, and vision would be higher. But outside of that, great card. Cal Riley's also in this list. His defense just is god awful, and he plays very much below his stats. I've yet to see anyone super duper hype up this card. Me myself, I struggled with him a pretty good amount compared to other cards that are also on this list, especially the next one like Shea Langoliers. I prefer Shea over Cal. I understand the switch hitting of Cal is super nice, his 125 hitting stats across the board, but he just doesn't feel like he has the 125, where Shea's really good against lefties, very solid against righties, as he is a righty. So it's not bad, but his defense is nuts, dude. Catcher pop time with a 95 arm base can go up to 99, obviously, just at P4. Right now, I have him like parallel 2 or parallel 3. It's like a 97, 98 arm. And I've been throwing out Bobby Witts. I've been throwing out Ellie De La Cruz's. I've been throwing out Jimmy Rollins. I've been throwing out every single player you could possibly imagine with this card. And it's just the defense is unimaginable, where if I see someone else using Cal, I know I can steal with any card over 80 speed, and I'm in. Cal doesn't throw people out. That's just kind of how it is. Doesn't have catcher pop time. Doesn't have great defensive stats at all. So Shea Langoliers for me is my starter, but you can use Cal, and those two are the 2 A tier cards there. Gil Hodges still elite defense, still great first baseman, crushes lefties, solid clutch. Can't go wrong with Gil Hodges. He's been in the game forever. Jimmy Rollins is another card. Switch hitter. I wish he had more contact. I mean, 107 isn't bad. Switch hitter, great speed, great defense. Can't go wrong. I just think there's a little bit more to be desired there to get into S tier with the contact side of things. Dick Allen crushes lefties. Does struggle a little bit righty, but again, very versatile player. Can play third base, can play first base. Great card to have, though. I love his swing. And then Rain Sandberg is another card to also get on this list. I haven't used him yet myself, but I played against him now 1 or 2 times. Seems like a great card. Attributes are awesome. Has good corks. So yeah, just has everything there for you in A tier. And real quick, before we go any further, make sure you guys drop a subscribe down below. Over 80% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed, so I would greatly appreciate it. So put up videos almost every single day. If you just drop a subscribe, leave a like, It would mean the world to me. Let's get back to the video. B tier, we're going to go a little bit faster here as we do have Willie Castro, the old GOAT, the old S tier infielder, still elite contact, switch hitter, just doesn't have the pop like some of these other cards. And doesn't have the other attributes around him like fielding attributes that you would for some of these other newer cards. Brooks Lee is another card in B tier. Just a little bit slow. I played against him a lot recently, and it's the same thing every single time. He's simply just very slow. So if you hit it in the hole, it's going to get through. He just doesn't have good diving animations either. Doesn't have a great arm. So it is tough to really use him in a lot of places. But overall, still solid card. Great switch hitter. Fun card to use for sure. If you like the power. Also doesn't have the quirks that I'd be looking for. So he falls in B tier, but still very solid. Francisco Lindor and Bobby Witt are also in this tier. Kind of very similar cards. Solid defense. Bobby Witt obviously 99 speed, so I like that a little bit more. But Lindor has a switch hitting, which is very nice to have. Just a little bit low on the contact and power side of things compared to some of the other meta cards. He also doesn't get the stuff like Ellie does, where Ellie gets the huge 6'5" jumps and the 6'5" dives. That is super OP. Hence why Ellie's in A tier and these guys are in B tier. Ellie gets the dive animations that are absolutely cracked with his 99 arm. It doesn't really matter where you throw it or where the ball lands. He's going to get to first base no matter what. Comparatively, these guys are just missing one or two things. Bobby the switch hitting and Lindor the 6'5"-ness of Ellie De La Cruz to get to A tier there. Will Smith, great card. Just kind of got outperformed by some of the other cards like Cal and Shea right now. But Will Smith is not a bad card to use at all. Still 125, so damn near across the board for contact wise. And then power is very solid with some pretty good pop there. Just is another righty. Chase Utley, very solid card. Lefty, can play first base. Just kind of isn't as good as some of the other second basemen that are there right now, or the secondary second baseman that you can use, or the out of position guys. Just an overall solid card. If you like Chase Utley, if you're a Phillies fan, great card to have. Gleyber Torres, kind of similar thing. Solid second baseman, but nothing really to blow your socks off. C tier is guys that are just kind of either outdated or just not like elite at their position. Chipper Jones, I just think there's way better third baseman now in the game. I still think he's very solid, and these are all viable players. But they're just better third baseman than Chipper right now. Same thing with Vladdy. Vladdy can also play first. I love Vladdy. I mean, I'm a Blue Jays fan, but Vladdy himself just is kind of outdated. Doesn't have the max contact. Doesn't have any max power. So Frank Thomas crushes lefties, but sadly, he is pretty bad against righties. Has a huge strike zone as well. Isn't the fastest swing, so he's going to go here in C tier. Mike Napoli could be really good if he was better versus righties, but he's just not. Plus, we have some other better catchers that have better defense or just better hitting, so he just kind of falls in this middle tier. Rod Carew, a lot of people did like him, but Ryan Sandberg just a way better version of him. As well as I think Utley's a little bit better than him right now. His swing just has zero pop to it. He just kind of falls flat a lot, so he's going to go in C tier. Scott Rowland, still a very good card. You can use him however you want. He is great fielding. You can use him at second. You can use him at short. You can use him wherever damn near out of position, and he plays very well. But he still does struggle a little bit righty-righty. Still very good against lefties, but again, he just doesn't have the max stats that we've been seeing some newer cards come out with in recent days. Eli, I feel like is a very good card. Obviously, just no quirks on him, which definitely hurts. Switch hitter, doesn't have a ton of pop to him, but very good defensively. Solid card all around. Just again, very viable card that you can throw in a few places. I prefer him at center field comparatively to some of the other positions, but very solid card. Ethan Holiday just is very underwhelming. Has a bigger strike zone box, but doesn't have the good defense, doesn't have the good speed, doesn't have an elite swing by any means. Like, he's just a solid card, but nothing that's going to really change the meta or be great. Not worth the stubs for sure, but he does fall into this C tier where he is viable if you enjoy doing a Rockies theme team or you're a Holiday fan. He's definitely viable. Hunter Goodman also falls in this tier, another Rocky here. Just another catcher that you can use. I've seen a lot of people use him. You can also use him in right field or left field. Just solid option. D tier is the guys that are definitely kind of outdated or just have something wrong with them. Bobby Grinch got outdated damn near the day he came out with Cattell. It was kind of insane that they did 2 second basemen back to back, but Grinch just is all right. Just isn't as good as Trey Turner, isn't as good as Cattell Marte, isn't as good as even a Gleyber Torres, in my opinion, because he just doesn't have the pop that they do. So he's a solid card nonetheless, but nothing too crazy. Mark McGwire, you're probably like, wow, he's like 125s across the board. Gut, what are you doing? He swings a tree trunk. He quite literally has the worst top 2, not 2 worst swings in this game. I go against him and I can't wait to throw fastballs the entire time because you're not catching up to him unless you swing hella early. Then you throw one changeup and you're swinging and the bat flies 14 feet out of your hand. It's just not a good swing. I promise you. I've played with him. I played against him a million times. If he makes contact, the ball is going out. Sure. But the chance you make contact very consistently with Mark McGwire and his bad swing is very little. So he falls in D tier. Rafael Devers 94. I literally played someone last night against him and he crushed me still. Still a very good card if you're facing a righty, but against a lefty, good luck. Junior Caminero, solid card, but he is such a liability in the field. I played against him multiple times now. Wherever you put him in the field, he's going to be a liability. Jacob Wilson, solid overall defense, solid contact card. I know a lot of people really enjoy using Jacob Wilson. Again, fun rookie to use, but just isn't as good as the other shortstops on this list. Jazz, same thing. Second baseman with great pop, but just has no defense. Kyle Seager, very cool card to come out. I know a lot of people enjoy Kyle Seager cards, but just doesn't keep up with a lot of the newer cards. And Gunnar Henderson just isn't that good of a shortstop. Doesn't have a great swing. Doesn't have elite fielding. He just kind of is missing one or two things here and there. Doesn't have the maxed pop or nothing either. So just an overall solid card, but isn't really your first choice, and there's a lot of other free options I would also rather have. Those are the tier lists. I don't have anyone in F tier. I didn't feel like anyone was that bad to go into F tier, but we have D tier, we have C tier, we have B tier, we have A tier, and then our lonely S of Ted Simmons. I know a lot of people aren't gonna like that, but that's just how I have it here. With that being said, if I missed anybody, which I definitely probably did, let me know in the comments below. 91 Bo Bichette would go in S tier. Just saying, that's real good. That's real good. Still is great pop. All right, leave a like if you enjoy these styles of videos. Make sure to subscribe. All sort of fun shit down below. We're so close to hitting 10K on this channel. It would mean the world if you guys subscribed. Can't wait to hit it with you guys. We're going to be doing a giveaway for that as well. So make sure you subscribe, like, all that sort of shit down below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.